CDN News at 8, live from Carmel Catholic High School, with Vance Conway, Hope Simutis, Aaron Risley, Sports with Liam Brown, and Chief Meteorologist Willie Gillespie.
Good morning, I'm Hannah Livingston.
And I'm Hope Simutis. It's 8:03.
Up next is Liam Brown with sports, Ryan Phoenix with hockey goalie Tommy Steiner, Jacqueline Kaglar with episode 2 of Try This. CDN News at 8. Over to you, Liam.
Good morning, Hannah. Good morning, Hope. So the boys basketball team beat St. Pat's in the regional championship down at St. Pat's last Friday by a score of 45-32. They move on to play Lake Forest at 7 o'clock in the sectional semifinal at Grays Lake Central tonight. The theme is going to be mismatch. And here to talk about the regional championship game, we have James Dwyer and Peter Stavros. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So, James, going down to St. Pat's last Friday, obviously being a home game, knowing the crowd was going to likely be ruthless, how did you guys prepare for that?
Yeah, so we knew it was going to be a hostile environment. Like, they were going to be yelling at us. We just had to play our game. We had a long week of practices where we just played our heart out, and we played great.
And, Peter, you had to come out of the game for a little bit because you had a cut with blood on your hand. Coming back into the game, how did you have to adjust with some tape on your hand?
Yeah, so my main goal was just not let it affect how I was playing. I knew I had to come out for a few minutes to get wrapped up, and I knew my guys had it out there while I was out. But, yeah, my main goal was just to not let it affect how I was playing.
And, James, you played with some tape on your hand, too. How did you adjust to it the whole game?
Yeah, so I was kind of used to it. I've had it on for about a week. I had a quick injury, nothing serious. It was just something not too bad.
Okay, Peter, we'll start with you for this one. The post game with your teammates and classmates coming down on the court, walk us through that for your experience.
Yeah, so that's everything to us. We've had a lot of ups and downs this year, and through all that, we just never stopped working. And, you know, being out there celebrating with your teammates, celebrating with all your buddies in the stands, it's kind of like when all the work starts to pay off. So.
And, James, walk us through your experience with your post game with your teammates.
Yeah, it was just a great moment, you know. Just being with my friends, my family, my teammates, it's just something that I probably won't forget.
Best of luck tonight. 7 o'clock, Grays Lake Central versus Lake Forest. Theme is mismatch, and we'll send it over to Ryan Phoenix with Tommy Steiner.
Good morning, Carmel Catholic. Welcome back. Here in the studio, we have...
I'm Tommy Steiner, the goaltender for the varsity hockey team.
Alrighty, just to kick things off, what's it like being goalie, and how does it compare with being a skater?
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of pressure, but I think it's more fun than being a skater. You get a lot of time, you know, everyone's watching you, so it's a lot of fun.
Alrighty, how does it compare with, so Tommy, this past Saturday, the Carmel varsity hockey team won in overtime against Providence Catholic, and you had a shutout with over 30 saves. How did that feel?
Felt great. It was awesome. Really fun moment, a little bit emotional. Huge win, first Carmel team to make the Elite 8 for hockey in state. But shutouts are a team effort. It's not just me, it's everyone around me, blocked a lot of shots. So my defense and forwards made it happen for me, so they helped me out.
Awesome. And how do you and the guys plan on keeping up this energy of possibly making it to the championship?
I think the boys are very energized for this next one. We don't like New Trier, so I think we'll be fired up and ready to go, and I think we're going to take this one.
Yeah, speaking of New Trier, as we saw with the men's basketball team this year with St. Pat's and the women's last year with Nazareth, it's hard to beat a team more than twice in the season. Saturday, you are all up against New Trier Green, who you've lost twice to. How do you plan on approaching the game differently to hopefully get a different result?
New Trier is a really good team. They're hard to beat, they're fast, and they're a deep team, so it'll be tough. But last time we played them, we lost 2-1. It was a tight game, so I think we get a couple good bounces, and we just leave it all on the ice. I think we take that one, and we bring it home.
Alrighty. Assuming you make it past this Saturday, what are your hopes for this year's playoffs, and do you think you have a chance of playing in the championship?
I think if we beat New Trier, we can beat anybody. I think they're the hardest team, so if we get past them, we can take the whole thing home and just win it all.
Alrighty, next up we have the Try This video.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline, and one of my favorite things to do is try new international restaurants. I grew up eating ramen, dolma, and sundubu, and I'm always on the lookout for some new interesting type of ethnic food to try. In this series, I'll be taking you to visit some of my favorite ethnic restaurants in Chicago and beyond, and suggesting that you try this. Episode 2, Hokkaido Ramen in Arlington Heights. Santoka was founded in 1988 by Hitoshi Hatanaka in Hokkaido, Japan, the northernmost island in Japan with a population of 5 million people. After receiving rare compliments from his family for his ramen, Hatanaka decided that he was going to, quote, make delicious ramen. Hatanaka started Santoka, which has now expanded across the world. There's only one Santoka in all of the Chicago area. Today we are going to Mitsuwa, a Japanese grocery store with a food court inside it where we will find Santoka. Mitsuwa is located at 100 East Algonquin Road, Arlington Heights.
Hi, welcome to Mitsuwa. We are going to go in today and try some ramen. We're also going to look at the grocery store and the bookstore and a couple other things. So I will see you inside and I look forward to seeing you more. Okay, so we got the food. Long receipt. We're getting stuff for me, my mom, my brother. So a lot of stuff here. Be prepared to wait a while, especially if it gets really busy because they're really popular. Okay, so we have the food. I'm going to talk about what everything is. So first off, we have our boiled egg. This is called a soy sauce egg. It's basically boiled. It doesn't taste like soy sauce. It's been boiled in the soy sauce. So next we have the rice with pork. This is called char siu rice. Basically means that it's got like fatty pork in it with some green onions and some rice. And finally, our main ticket item is we have some ramen. So as you can see, we have fish cake, some seaweed, pork belly. You can't really see it, but I'll show it to you later. We have some bamboo shoots. We also have another type of ramen because I'm here with my mom, so we're both like eating ramen at the same time. She got spicy ramen, which is basically everything I had, but the seaweed is a little different. She also got a type of rice dish. These are fish eggs. They kind of explode in your mouth and they're like a nice rich flavor. This is some salmon fish all chopped up and there's some rice underneath it. So I'm going to show you guys the ramen. Here we have some noodles. As you can see, there are a ton of noodles. They're very bouncy and they're very flavorful. I'm going to show you guys the ramen. It's really rich. Obviously you're going to see a lot of fat in this, so oil everywhere. It's so tasty though. I highly recommend it. So the noodles here are awesome. They're very easy to like cut into. They're very bouncy and they're pretty flavorful. This whole thing is really hot, so it's awesome just to have in winter because it's like just fills you up and makes you a half more. So I highly do not recommend coming on the weekend. If possible, if you do end up coming on the weekend, come right at 11, which is when they open, and you'll actually be able to get your food in a timely fashion. The nice part though about coming on the weekend is it becomes like a total scene. People are dressed up, there's a lot to look at, there's tons of people, everything's like buzzing, and I love Santoka. It's my favorite ramen place like ever. I've been coming here since I was born, so I'm so familiar with this place. I know it like the back of my hand, and it's like coming home basically whenever I come here. I love the ramen. I think it's the best ramen you can get around here. It's really, really good.
Welcome back, Carmel. National Business Honor Society is hosting a workshop after school today in room 505 for anyone interested in writing up a resume for the job fair. Contact Ms. Lingerin with any questions.
This Saturday, FemInSTEM will host its annual outreach event, Girls in STEM Day. If you're interested in volunteering at the event, fill out the Google form on the FemInSTEM, NHS, or the SNHS Google Classroom page. Volunteers will receive 7 service hours for Christian service or NHS and a pizza lunch.
If you need some extra cash, take advantage of Carmel's new job opportunity listing webpage. It is only accessible through the student portal, and there's a lot of good paying jobs with miscellaneous businesses, park districts, and day camps who are looking for employees like you.
That's all we have for today. I'm Hannah Livingston.
And I'm Hope Semyotis. Have a triumphant Tuesday.